Greetings.
Hey.
We are back.
We managed to survive another month.
Yeah, go
I don't know how we did it.
Hot as balls, man. Look at my big shiny napper. Freaking, this is my second towel I went through the row.
Shit. That's
freaking
rough.
just muggy and close and all that good stuff.
Yeah, we're getting there, man. I was saying earlier, I am not looking forward to the fucking heat wave. Like anytime it's triple digits, man, I'm just like, why the fuck do I live here?
What annoys me is they've already started with stupid weather warnings. Oh, you're going to die. It's like, no, just don't stay in the sun, drink water, wear a hat, sunscreen, do the sensible stuff.
Right.
We don't need a nationwide fucking alert for it. You bunch of pansies.
Right. It's just like let the dum-dums kill themselves. Like there's
Natural
nothing
selection.
wrong with that. Exactly. It's like if they're not smart enough to protect themselves in the heat, they probably don't deserve to live.
Yeah. I'm sick of this civil servant-esque nanny state. Where everyone has to be cuddled. It's like, piss off.
Right.
I'm just in a bad mood because I'm freaking sweating balls all day and freaking every time I think I get myself cooled down, like it starts up. It's the humidity here. The joys of living in an island just gets really humid, so there's no escape from it.
Yeah.
So things like air conditioning don't really help.
Yeah, it just stirs up the mugginess.
Yep.
Yeah. That's that is the nice thing about being landlocked where I'm at. I don't have to deal with that shit.
That's fun. Oh, we have a Chris in. Welcome.
Hey,
always good to have Chris on.
Sorry for the show that you're gonna watch.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. This is the public service. This is the public service. We watch it, so you don't have to.
Yeah. How as much fun as we had with Blood and Honey, we had the opposite with this one, but we'll get into it.
Yeah, well, but I suppose we'll talk about some news articles first.
Yeah,
that's another struggle in itself. We were just talking about that before we went streaming. Why can't I just find news? All I want to know is what movies are coming out,
right?
When they're coming out, how I'm going to watch them. They're coming out in the cinema. Is it straight to Blu-ray? Is it on streaming? Can I get it? And when roughly to start planning out?
Yeah,
when I'm going to watch stuff and possibly review it, but also when I'm going to watch stuff because I like movies. Funny enough,
that's so crazy. Me too.
Yeah, but instead you get all these shitty, fluffy articles that are just for the crap. And I think we're just talking. They're like school kids writing essays. I got to get my 500 word count stuff of that, but I've only got 2 sentences worth of actual thoughts. So blah 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 blah. And that's the shit I filtered through even to get these articles.
Yeah.
So, actually, should I? Oh, I don't have it right. Hang on. There we go. This is permanent standby every time I talk about Terrifier.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, this article, man, it was an interesting read. Like, just
all the questions that we're not asking or give a shit about, they're going to answer for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Minus, like, oh yeah, no, Damien Leone, he's gonna make it make sense. It's like, he should have made sense with the last movie. I feel like we don't need a third film to explain all the nonsense that we watched with the second one.
Yeah, and if you remember, folks, we did a deep dive on the entire series from the Ninth Circle, All Hallows. We did the whole thing. We went through art in all its iterations.
Yeah.
So we have not just glanced at, but we have looked at this franchise. But Terrifier 3 offers a chance to resolve and expand on the sequel's lingering questions.
Which is why.
Yeah, which is like, we already said, please God, don't make it this. Please don't make it this. Please don't make it that. Don't go there. You're only a good thing, mate. Don't fuck it up.
Like, he really needs somebody to tell him, 2.5 hours is too fucking long for a slasher.
Yeah, you lose the whole thing, but yeah. Fans of Art Declines, Murder Smells, County Antics will be eager to see the slasher return and his trash bag full of tricks in Terrifier 3. But the franchise's sequel left plenty of loose ends to clean up alongside its bloodstains. David Leone's Terrifier 2 exposed a funhouse full of new characters, concepts, and lore, granting the film's central clown a well of nebulous cliffhangers and franchise potential. How's that for a portion of word soup?
Yeah.
Yum,
Right.
yum, yum.
Yep.
Get lots of random words there that just fill up space.
I will paraphrase this entire paragraph. Terrifier 3 is coming.
There we go. Which we knew about.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
It's not a shock, but
Yeah.
somebody has to write an article. They gotta get. Fuck off.
Oh, I was gonna say, did your mic just cut out?
No, right. Braun's up next, right? So next, I hate your company. I hope you die a horrible death. You get boils in your genitals. How dare you? Your stupid ad. Piss off.
Right. I've just got a Blink video. It's great. Oh nope, just kidding. It's Ant-Man. The new Ant-Man.
I'll just do it again. You bastards. I doubly hate your company now. Yeah. And as I said before, Terrifier 2 proved to be a family affair. Fucking, I'm like, see if Art is seeing his father, I am done. And the Blu-rays I bought are going to in the bin. And I'm never going to. If that's the direction he's going with this, he can piss off.
Yeah, it's like we don't need. Like that was the scary part about Art is it there's no sense to him. He just does that shit. Like we don't need him to be the ghost of her father, but a ghost before her father died. Like none of that shit makes sense, and we don't need that. He's just some dude who can't be killed that likes to kill people in funny ways. Like that's all we need.
And that's it. And like the Sharknado franchise, for example, it doesn't need to make sense. It just has to be goofy fun.
Yeah.
And splatter.
Exactly.
And that's okay. It doesn't have to be cerebral. I think that's the problem when these people get in the Hollywood fart bubble and they start smelling the farts and then, ooh, I gotta be big brain, artsy fartsy for my peers.
Well, and that's the disappointing thing with this is like Damien Leone is staying outside of the Hollywood bubble. Like he's literally doing everything by himself. So he doesn't have what traditionally a movie would have, and that's people to be like, yeah, he probably shouldn't do that. You should probably tone this down, which not a fan of censorship, but the last movie should have been modified a little bit.
Yeah. The thing that actually offended me most was when he made the fairground ride called Terrifier, and I'm like, oh, you dickhead. Like, that's when I just had that moment of, you're an arse.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to explain everything. Like, the mistakes every other franchise makes is beginning them in shit detail and having to explain every little word and phrase and a backstory for everything. It's like,
yeah,
nah, you're tripping over yourself.
Right.
But yeah, that whole Sienna and Jonathan's family connection, that's fucking dumb as hell. And hopefully this is just a stupid little intern, dweeb, just filling in words for the sake of it. I hope this is actually no bearing on the future of the franchise. And I really hope somebody has a word with Damien and mate, not good. You're about to destroy your own franchise. Stop.
That's the disappointing thing is it's like there's so much potential with Art the Clown. And it's like you just need somebody to kind of rein you in a little bit. It's not like bastardizing the story. It's just making it a tight, cohesive film.
Yeah, and well, it's just going over the plot of Terrifier 2. So this article is just once again full of words.
Mm-hmm.
Like he ran 2 sentences. Terrifier 3 is coming out.
Yep.
Maybe we'll find out if Art's daddy or not. Which I'm like, nah.
Yeah, well, some of this shit, reading it, like the fan theory, it's like that
oh
doesn't.
fucking hell, yeah.
That's so stupid.
That's a 13-year-old kid going blah, 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 on the internet, on a social media thing, going blah, 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 blah.
Right? Oh, he has the career in the medical field. No, he's a fucking clown. Like, he doesn't need to have any sort of crazy backstory. I don't give a fuck about his backstory. I don't want to know his backstory.
I genuinely can't read this out. It hurts my brain to actually read. Like, that's the biggest sort of bollocks ever.
Yeah.
But honestly, just leave it alone.
Well, then it goes in, like, later into the article, starts talking about the pale girl, and it's like the pale girl is explained in the fucking movie. Like, it's his own personal ghost of somebody that he murdered. Like, we don't need any more explanation on her.
Yeah, and she's a fun character in own right and gives it a bit of depth. So what the hell? Don't need to do anything else. It's just to expand the lore a bit. And Victoria as well.
Yeah.
Having her going completely batshit, and from being the final girl, it's like absolutely crazy, more murders than him. Fine, it just adds to the craziness. You don't need to explain it. Watched it in the first one.
Yeah, she went insane in the first one. We don't need an exploration on that. Like, she survived. She went crazy. End of story.
Yeah, God. I think what annoys me most is like Art Decline. It's a fresh, it's a fresh character. It's another insert into the horror genre, and the potential of a new franchise, and it's been tripped up already.
Yeah.
And
well, it's a shame too, because it's not just an a potential franchise, but the implications of possible crossovers that are being talked about. It's like, I want to see those, and if it keeps going this way, it's probably not going to happen.
Because it'll just become like, nah, I'm not going to hear that. It was a good start, and then fell on its own arse.
Pretty much.
Yep. Oh well. I guess we'll just have to see. But if it turns out to be shite, I'm done with the franchise. That's me, If Terrifier 3 doesn't sort of rein it back in and give it, because you can forgive somebody a fluff, especially when you're doing it all yourself. You can understand the pressure.
Oh yeah.
And if you don't have that team behind you, fair enough. But he's more than made enough money now and gathered enough momentum to get the right people with him.
Yeah.
So if part 3 just turns out to be an absolute dud, then I have no point in wasting any more time on it.
Right.
Are you guys saying that the 500-page book I bought, Terrifier franchise, all the questions you always wanted answered, was a mistake? Yeah.
No.
Unless I had good pictures on it.
Yeah, I was going to say that at least half of those have to be really good pictures.
Yeah. If there's like loads of stills and stuff.
I would buy that book in a heartbeat.
But that's the thing as well. There's not even that much Art Decline merchandise out there.
Yeah, not really.
There's like indie stuff and that, but there's not really. There's a potential here for Funko Pops and like Neko stuff. There's potential here for art to be right in there. And now with the whole, you can have a Victoria model, a mini art model, Art himself. You could have it.
I could have swore there were some.
There's stuff out there, but it's not, it's not fantastic.
Oh, yeah, I could have swore that there was going to be some art action figures this year, but I could be wrong.
No, like
I know there was supposed to be some made, but it might not have happened.
Like I said, this is the potential to be a really strong installment in classic characters. And if they keep going down this path, nah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I just hope this is just a wee dweeb trying to. What magazine was this anyway? CBR.com. I think I've seen them before. It's not a great magazine.
I mean, that's the first time I've read with an article on their shit.
I think I've done an article from them before.
Oh, I don't remember then.
I've just done it myself. Streaming a guest didn't turn up. But yeah, we've got all sorts of joys. We also have the prequel nobody really cares about.
I, for one, care. I fucking love those last two movies, so I'm stoked to see how they spin a prequel.
Right, my concern is with modern writing, it's going to be just about the black spot and the Wassicism and all that, and just be that sort of drivel and not really go anywhere. The Losers Club were the first group to stand up against Pennywise, and that's what made them so powerful. And that's what made them actually frightened. And this whole time. So what are they going to do? Regurgitate the Losers Club again? Another iteration of them? Like, what are they going to do?
Yeah, that'd be a little weird. I hadn't thought about that, but I don't know. I'm still pretty fucking stoked.
Yeah, I mean, Pennywise is breaking his 27-year curse and returning to Derry sooner than expected. On March 29, HBO Max announced an It prequel series in the works, giving us a glimpse of the razor-toothed killer clown's misdeeds before Georgie met his unfortunate fate. But that was all covered in the book anyway, and it was covered in the movies, all the iterations. So what are they going to do? Just revisit one of those?
Dude, that'd be fucking cool, man. Just saying, like, because that's the problem with the film versus the book. There is way too much shit in the book to be put on film. So even if they're sticking with like just stories that were in the book, like that's a fucking franchise of movies anyways. So having them do a series, like, pretty fucking stoked on it.
So how would they do it? Would each season be one of each 27 years?
I could get behind
like
that.
Maybe the Foundry or something. Or
that'd be cool as hell.
But how they're gonna? There's gonna be a lot of filler because the events themselves, it's going to go through the beats. Because you need a protagonist. That's my thing. You need a protagonist, and nobody stood up to Pennywise. In fact, the first one would have been, was it Mike's dad? Was the first person to start recording it?
Yes. Was his grandpa? It was either his dad or his grandpa. I don't remember. It's been a fucking hot minute since I've read the book. But I mean,
in the book, he was in hospital with was a cancer, and then Mike came and visited. That's what he first started talking about it. But I think it was his grandfather actually talking about some of the stuff.
Yeah. I want to say that's right.
Which prompted him to come, stay and obviously become the librarian and stuff. But which annoyed me when they switched it. That's the only thing about the modern take remake is when they switched Mike's character with what's his face to make him the fat kid. He was a fat kid.
Ben,
yeah. So they made Ben the storyteller instead of Mike.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
That annoyed me a bit. It was like they took away Mike's character,
Yeah, that's right. And Mike, I mean, he's literally the glue that held everybody together. Because like everybody else left, so they forgot, but he stayed and didn't.
Yeah. So I just I don't know. I really don't know, especially with TV.
Dude, but it's HBO, man. Like, I hate to say that I trust a company, but I trust this company. Like, what they did with The Last of Us was perfection. So, if they can keep that kind of momentum, like, hell yeah.
Yeah, because they're already like, we'll take a look at a group of friends who are forced to take on the greatest fears when children get into despair. It just sounds like they're going to reform their Losers Club again, just in a different iteration. So I don't know. I'm not stoked about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I do think it'd be nice if they were to announce when it's going to come out. So it's like, that's the thing with this articles. It's not saying anything that we haven't already been told for
And
years.
that's why I'm saying these articles are shit. Maybe that's the turtle's name.
Yeah, that's what we'll say. Oh my god, how fucking cool would that be? It's just Matron and Pennywise like fist fighting for an entire season. Like,
Or Pennywise versus Mecha Pennywise.
Oh my god, even better. There we go. HBO, you're welcome.
To build a 50s style Robbie the Robot sort of thing and make a Mecha Pennywise.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Danger Beverly. Danger Beverly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you have more hope than me about it.
I do, man. It's coming off of how successful they were with The Last of Us. And I understand that The Last of Us isn't so much HBO doing things right. More so like the creators of the series doing the series. But yeah, man, I got a lot of hope for it. All
right, I guess we shall see. There's another thing popped up again about the Friday the 13th prequel. I didn't go looking for an article on
that. I don't give a fuck about that. Like, at all.
What the hell are you going to do with that series?
Right? There's nothing exciting about that.
Nothing there.
It doesn't start until Jason dies and his mom loses her mind and then kills a bunch of kids. Like, what's so fucking interesting about Jason before he dies? So I mean, I'll probably watch it because, of course, it's Friday the 13th. But I don't see the point.
Yeah, that to me that's better. So I would actually be more interested in this.
I'm hopeful for this.
Especially with modern writers now. Well, nothing will be happening because they're all going to strike any roads.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing's getting made. So indie creators, now's your chance. Hollywood's taking a wee break to get their placards out and whine and moan. So get your stuff out there.
Well, okay. To be fair, the strike is necessary because the people that create everything, the writers, are being fucked even more because of streaming. So I understand why they're striking, and I fully support it. And I really hope something good comes from it because, yeah, like, quite frankly, yeah, you don't pay the writers, you don't get the content.
That's simple. Just go. See, I've unfortunately worked in the public sector, and I know what the unions are like.
Mm-hmm.
And they're lazy bastards. And, for example, in a company in a nutshell, should not be named, a driver that was caught and done for drunk driving was getting sacked.
Mm-hmm.
And the unions all got high up to protect the person.
That's
the level of scumminess unions get to.
Yeah, that's dumb.
That's the sort of people and the swagger about it. And I first had my experience with a union rep like way back in early 2000, 99, 2000 type.
Mm-hmm.
It was a case of, are you going to join? I'm like, nah, not interested. All of a sudden then I was, to use the dumb yank for is problematic. I hate that word. Fucking hate that word. But all of a sudden I was a problem. Like, within days of me saying, no thanks, I'm good, all of a sudden the union rep started causing problems for me. Lucky enough, I'm
stupid.
I don't take shit from people, so I cracked on. Nothing I could have done, but just the fact that we're prepared to do that. It's all about balance with me.
Mm-hmm.
When the pendulum goes too far one way, it's never good. And it's, especially in private companies, if you're being treated like shit, fucking leave. And do you know what you do? Even better, you leave, you work for the competition, you work your nuts off, to destroy the company that screwed you over in the first place.
Yeah.
That's what you do. or you start up your own thing, especially creative. There's this I don't know, idea that Hollywood is it. And as you know, the sooner Hollywood burns and crumbles to dust, the better.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a monopolized, just a handful of studios in a small town full of idiots controlling all entertainment. That's the thing. I want to see medium budget movies back again. Nothing has to be millions of dollar blockbusters.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see a variety of movies. I don't want to see the same shitheads and calling fans names because, I don't like us. Well, you're an incel, alt-right, estaphobe, blah, 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 blah. And in fact, we'd even have the stuff queued up before the thing's even released in preparation for it. You're like, okay, dickheads. So the sooner Hollywood fucks off into the ether, there's more than enough talent out there. And in fact, more people might get a shot.
That is the disheartening thing. It's like there's so much fucking money just floating around because of how shitty they are with everything. It's like why can't medium budget movies exist anymore? Like it's so disappointing.
That's it. That's just the corporate fucking bean counters.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it is, all for the grifters now. That's the thing. And the grifters are the ones that are most protective. Because if you've got talent and ability, you're owned by nobody.
Right.
You've got a shitty boss? Well, bye-bye. Moving on to the next thing. That's just my opinion on it. But hopefully some good news anyway.
Right. Yeah, this next one. Man, when you sent me that article, I was rocking a semi.
Yeah, I heard this before now. Rumblings.
It'd be so great.
If there's a man to do it, okay, James Wan, his ultimate dream is tackle. I think he means the actual Call of Cthulhu story itself, which is never great. I know Lovecraft's been done on film. Pit in the Pendulum, Color Out of Space. God, there's quite a few. Actually, that's one animator. That could be we deep dive will go down sometime.
I'm 150 billion% down.
I don't think he's ever because of the concepts, I don't think it's ever really been done that badly. There's been anyone who's had a stab, I think, at Lovecraft gets him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the closest one, and this is coming from a diehard Reanimator fan. Like, I fucking love that movie, but the closest thing to a proper Lovecraft film has been Color Out of Space. Like, I think that's the only one that's actually come close to like the sheer magnitude and desperation of Lovecraftian story.
No. Del Toro's apparently doing Mountains of Madness, though. That'd be cool. I liked Cabinet of Curiosities. I reviewed that a while ago there. That'd be cool. Well, there's another director. People like that, they have a vision. So, and back to the previous thing, the likes of James Wan, Del Toro, they don't need Hollywood. And they're the last of a breed, if that makes sense, of actual creatives. The fucking grifters can do whatever they want. But the likes of these guys, they're a rare breed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the fact that Hollywood still is pretty much blowing them is just amazing because they're fucking real storytellers. Yeah,
but we've talked about that ad nauseum. Horror keeps the door of the cinema open.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, that's since the beginning of cinema, that's always been the case. It's the redheaded stepchild that actually brings in the money.
Yeah, and they hate it. They absolutely fucking hate it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this was Insidious: The Red Doors coming out, which
pretty stoked on that.
I like the second Insidious is my favorite.
See, my favorite is number 4 or whatever, the last key or
I
whatever.
haven't seen that yet, actually.
That one's really fucking good. I know I'm my opinion's a little biased because it's the first one I took my sister to, and my sister is like, when you think, all right, who should I take to a horror movie to make that experience, just one level cooler? It's her. Because she gets so fucking into it, like yelling at the screen, covering her face, screaming. Yeah, it's fucking awesome. But yeah, no, the fourth one was my favorite. I thought, like, I loved the first one, of course, because of what it set up. I mean, the first time I watched it, initially, I wasn't too stoked on. I'm like, you guys are doing it wrong. Like, you can't have the monster in the forefront because then it's not as scary. And then, subsequent viewings after that, it's like, oh no, okay, this is pretty fucking good. I don't remember the third one at all. The second one was good though. But yeah, the fourth
actually, good point.
Fourth
I think because the first one was so connected, or sorry, the second one was so connected to the first, and it went taking another character, and the fact that this otherworldly universe, and this is why James Wan, like Insidious is more, as opposed to The Conjuring, I think Insidious is more where he gets Lovecraft.
Yeah.
This other hungry realm wanting to break through.
Mm-hmm.
And it just happened to be what was it called? The Red Mom, the first one? The demon?
Yeah, I think so.
Was just one of the many creatures.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we once again met the human creature that had become part of that, it became more terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
The third one was all about the psychic, the medium.
Well, so was
a bit of a
the
strange
fourth one. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the third.
It was all about her and them breaking into her house and stuff and that, and they kind of destroyed her character a bit in the third one, which I thought was disappointing.
I gotta look this up now because I don't remember.
Wasn't it the wee girl on the internet? Remember the third one? God, I need to go through them again.
I don't remember. Yeah, let's see.
No, actually, while you're looking at it, I'll answer Chris. Yes, Call of Cthulhu is a single story.
Mm-hmm.
And what it is, it's split into 3 parts. It's like 3 acts. And it's all about this young man, his grandfather, professor, passes away, and he leaves him this box. And this box contains his writings of his travels. And basically, it's about what happened to his grandfather. Then there's this story of a cult in Louisiana getting up the gnarly stuff and the police investigation. And then the third part is actually the voyage that the grandfather took part on, actually discovering Raya, the home of the great old ones. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of all 3 parts are interwoven into one story. And then it finishes off, obviously, with the son going to try and piece together this, but it's anyone. It's a classic story. If you look into the abyss looks back. But the terrifying thing is how inconsequential the human race is in this world, because the great old ones were just a snack. You know what I mean? They're not even a flea. Dude, a flea is more annoying.
That's the part of it that I hope, if it ever happens, he can get right. Like I think he can, but like that's always been the issue with Lovecraft, is just getting the sense of magnitude of everything right. Like, how the fuck do you do that on screen versus in your mind?
Well, you can't. You're never going to do it. It'll have to be off screen, and will have to be the character's reaction. You can't show Cthulhu. I mean, you can't have Cthulhu like King Kong crashed about because he's too big. You can't have Raya. You can't have. You can maybe be on the steps of it, but the actual. Back to 2001: A Space Odyssey, when they tried to show the magnitude of the monolith and Dave being ascended, sure they couldn't show that on screen, and that's why people were pissed off with it, because the concept in the book is too big for the human mind, and that's the whole point of the imagination. It's a concept too big for you to, and it actually drives you insane. And that's why the game Call of Cthulhu is so fantastic, because you play as a human character, and like the normal aspect of seeing an actual human body that's been rotten for weeks is enough to like unbalance you. So the actual dealing with the otherworldly realm is too much for the human mind. It will break you, and that's why I love the game so much, because it's so tied in with the actual ethos of Lovecraft. Of you might think you can surrender this, but it'll break you, and you're gone. You'll be a shell of the person you once were if you actually encounter any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Which a lot of horror cheapens. That's the thing about the disappointment with the horror, in film, is sometimes it can cheapen this because it's trying to put it into like tangible medium. And sometimes it doesn't work. Where I think the old school horror, where things were done off screen and it was about the character's reaction to the event, was so much more effective than today of, we can just do it with CGI and explain everything.
Well, I mean, great example. I know it's not a Lovecraft property, but it's the most Lovecraft property that Lovecraft didn't write. But In the Mouth of Madness, like that movie gets it right so much. Like all you see is the gate. That's it. You don't see anything else, but you see Sam Neill lose his fucking mind and somehow make it out on the other side. And that is Lovecraft in essence. Like it's so, it's, I don't know how it'd be done right, but again, I believe he could do it. And yes, so
if
chapter
anyone can do it, there's two people that can do it. Is Juan and Del Toro. And there's no one else out there that could, have the tonal vision or have a love for horror.
Right.
You can stick Spielberg in there, but he's not a horror. He doesn't get horror.
I don't know, man. Fucking Poltergeist. Like, yes, that's a Tobe Hooper film, but he had a pretty strong hand in it.
Yeah, we've done Poltergeist, obviously. But still had to be watered down, I think that's actually the most he pushed himself. I don't think he could go any deeper. I think Poltergeist would be his limit. Like that's his boundary of where he could go.
Well, and that was one of those properties where it's, a lot of people are like, oh, dude, it was just, Tobe Hooper was there because Spielberg couldn't do it. And it's like, no, Tobe Hooper was there because he fucking deserved it. And you can tell it's a Tobe Hooper movie, but you can see the Spielberg influence. So it's like, I almost would want to see what Spielberg could do with a horror movie. Like if it was just him. But then at the same time, it's like, is that when the god of cinema falls or what?
It's not his thing. And that's, do you know what? You can respect someone and love their work and go, right, it's not your thing. That's fine. No, you don't have to be all things to all people, and if horror's not your thing, that's cool. I'm not sandbagging you for it. Crack on, and you do what you love, and you're brilliant at it. Cool.
Yeah, right. He's kind of done an okay job so far.
Yeah, he's muddled through.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see this at the Indiana Jones premiere?
No.
He bitch slapped KK verbally. It was brilliant.
That's fantastic. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Oh yeah, he called up, first of all, George. He calls up George Lucas. They're all on the stage, and this wouldn't be possible without. I know we're going on a tangent, folks, but we're trying to avoid talk.
That's what this show is, guys.
Yeah, and we're trying to avoid talking about the movie. If you haven't noticed,
yeah.
We're trying to put it off. We're trying to put off
the
pain. But yeah, so he's like, yeah, and this wouldn't be possible without George Lucas. And Kathleen's clapping, right? And then he's like, and of course, second most important person, this franchise wouldn't happen without Harrison Ford. Everyone's like, Kathleen's clapping. And finally, the glue, the person that's been here from the very start of the franchise, right from the beginning to now, this would not be Indiana Jones without. And then he's like, the maestro himself, John Williams.
That's fucking
Kathleen
great.
doesn't clap. The fucking bake on her, she's just. And
That
then
is hilarious.
the curtain raises because obviously John Williams about to do the score.
Mhm.
It's but like no, you watch with Star Wars the Utah Symphony Orchestra. I think we're doing it kind of like that.
Mhm.
For the end of this movie, but her husband is off the stage and he has to come back and like drag her off because she's just there going, me. And it was fucking poetry
That's
of motion to watch.
I'll have to look that shit up because
And that was calculated. You know why they're all they have each other in the background. It's just beautiful to watch them eat their own.
right. Because fuck her, man. She had one job, and that was to just ride out the success of multiple classic franchises. Not put her finger in it whatsoever. Just sit back and roll in the fucking money, and she couldn't do it.
Easiest job ever.
Yeah, it's like there was no reason for her to start dicking with stuff.
I am convinced that there's some unauthorized bumhole action went on.
Oh, probably. I mean, it's fucking
like
hard.
either Uncle George played with her bumhole or she had to play with his. Because you don't get that level of resentment and hatred unless you've been like, fingered at least and without wanting to. Like it's the only logical theory.
I mean, that sounds pretty believable.
It's a question I'd love to ask in an interview. I'd love to have them both up there and go, okay, who played with whose bumhole without permission? Because it's the only explanation for this level of like malice that you've built up.
Yeah. That's got to be it.
It's there. Put that there's from a horror perspective. It's gotta. It just doesn't make sense otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Well, and especially like, I mean, I know we talk about it a lot. Like I definitely do, but the whole Star Wars thing, like, she can't admit that she fucked up by fucking with stuff. And it's like, dude, it's cool, man. Nobody's gonna fire you. Who's gonna fire you? You? No, you're not gonna fire yourself. Just fuck, like, Homer gif into the bush, into the sunset, and call it a day. Like, it just fucking stay out of stuff.
Yeah, but there. That's why Hollywood needs to die. Back to my original statement, it just needs to fucking implode. Let them eat themselves, monkey each other off, stop blaming the fans for their own behavior. If there's racism in Hollywood, that's where it is. Mm-hmm. Wasn't the fans, we just want good stories.
Mm-hmm.
If there's sexism in Hollywood, that's where it was. Not our fault. You did it, not us.
Yep.
Fuck off.
Absolutely.
Stop fucking projecting. Stop covering your back for creating shite as well.
Mm-hmm.
But there you go. Okay, any more tangents? Or are we going to have to...
No, that was... I mean, there was that tiny little article about Call of Cthulhu, and I just can't get over that. Like, if anybody in the world could do a Cthulhu, I'll repeat it. It's fucking James Wan, especially the partnership with Lee Winnell. Like, those two are just fucking amazing together. And yeah, if I was an exec, I would be throwing all the money at them.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have... That's once again, it doesn't have to be all the money.
It should be all the money. All the fucking money.
Once again, you don't have to... It's get good actors, get good character actors.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not about a CGI fest.
Mm-mm. No, it just needs to be a fucking neo-noir. That's it. Like, you don't need huge set pieces. You don't need giant CG creatures. You just need bleak terror and desperation at looking at the void.
Mm-hmm. And the cults, that's the bit that makes it. The cults are the representation on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Do them well and keep Cthulhu himself as the abstract idea, the untangible, and you're on to a winner. Yeah,
I've only seen Cthulhu done once in a movie that I thought was successful. And I don't even remember what the fucking name of it is. Is the Kirsten, I don't know what the fuck her name is. The one that always looks like she's pinching a loaf in her pants. She did like an underwater movie. And at the end, it's, oh, we stumbled on Cthulhu. And that was fucking cool. But
God,
Yeah.
well, if I see her name, I don't watch a movie.
Honestly,
fucking hate her.
I'm gonna look up what it was because it's bugging me now. I can't remember.
Yeah, I like if it's her, it's fucking generic actress. But
it is the only movie I've ever seen her do that I was actually like, all right, this is fucking cool. Yeah, I'm looking it up because that's gonna bug me.
So Kristen Stewart, freaking
Underwater. Yeah, Underwater. Honestly, dude, you got to check it out. If for nothing else, it's just bonkers. I mean, she's terrible in it, of course, because she's just not a good actor, in my opinion. But it's got a solid cast. I mean, it's got fucking T.J. Miller in it, for fuck's sake. Like, that's reason enough to watch. That guy's hilarious.
All right, mate.
Yeah, it's honestly worth it. I mean, it sucks because I kind of ruined the surprise ending, but it's fucking dope.
Oh, Grand saw it.
Yeah, it's good, but I mean, it's not great.
Oh, it's just one of them. Yeah, fun to watch at the time.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think I bought it on Redbox or something, so it was like $2. Okay. It was worth it.
Right. Okay.
All right. So
talking about movies we want to forget.
Fuck, repeating what I said earlier. As much as I loved Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, this is the polar opposite. And that's the whole reason why we saw this, was because it's like, oh fuck, they did another movie. Curse of Humpty Dumpty.
Are we going to dive into the segue then?
Yeah.
Let's do the release.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you know when you feel like you've been screwed over?
Oh yes.
The bait was dangled. We took the bait, and then it's like, oh shit.
And the thing is, like, I'm cool with spending money on movies that I know aren't going to be good, just for the experience. This one, man, fuck, this was like not even remotely what that cover art sold me on.
It was all a lie.
It was. We really didn't get much of Humpty Dumpty, and when we did, it was just some little kid in a fucking weird rubber mask.
I didn't even. So, if you haven't read the description, we're talking about The Curse of Humpty Dumpty, created by the same director that did Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. And we were all excited for it. We're like, oh, he's done this. Absolutely. Oh, right. This is his theme. He's taken nursery rhymes and stories and fables, and he's making them into horror movies. This could be cool.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't even a slow burner. This is a fucking snail with a limp.
Yeah, this is
on crutches.
This was as effective as a broken microwave eating up ramen. Like, it's whew. Like, I was telling Colin before we got on, I got home last night and I was watching it, and I was struggling to keep my eyes open because it was just not interesting at all. And I paused it to see what the time mark was, and like, okay, at some point the story has to start, right? And it was an hour into the movie, and I'm saying, when does the second act start? And it's like, holy fuck, this movie is bad.
So the premise of the story is the main character is Wendy, sort of hitting middle ages, and we discover that she's actually suffering from the first signs of dementia, and her two daughters decide to bring her back to the family home to maybe stir up some memories and where they can be closer to keep an eye on her, etc., etc. Now that in itself as a concept is actually quite interesting. There's a good thing to delve into. Dementia, losing grip in reality. Is it a dream? Is it real? I love those type of movies. Fuck, this went nowhere.
Yep. Oh, Jesus Christ. Chris, you're fired.
Fucking don't you start that shit again. I'm going to have flashbacks to the Beaster Bunny.
That was so bad. It's so
Oh
good.
God, fuck off, Chris. No,
I
no,
fucking love it.
no. We're not only need Steve to turn up now and start more shitty. Oh God. Still better in this movie though. This is right. I hated Beaster Bunny, right? But I had fun riffing on it. This movie bored the shit out of me.
Well, here's the thing. It's again with a bad movie can still be fun. Like if we look at oh my God, why am I blanking on his name? The chap we interviewed. Mutant
Calvin.
Vampires. What's that?
Calvin.
Yeah, Calvin. Like with his movies, you know what you're gonna get, and they're fucking enjoyable. And like I for one really like his movies, but you understand what it's gonna be. With this, it's just like it's set up like it's gonna be a serious horror movie. But the scariest part was the very beginning when she's having to come to terms with the fact
I'm gonna
that
go get that. You talk to the audience for a second. I'm gonna just show the level of fucking dishonesty with this movie.
All right, sounds good. But yeah, it's like the thing is, again, the very introduction of the movie, like that shit's scary. Like personally, that's the one thing in this world I'm terrified of, is losing a solid hold on reality. I mean, some of it's genetic, some of it can just happen, but I've had a lot of people in my family suffer from dementia, Alzheimer's, and shit like that, and it's fucking scary to watch someone go through that. So getting that first initial concept of it, because of course she doesn't see it, everybody else around her does, though, with little things that are happening. So the bleakness and terror of when they confront her about it and take her to her childhood home, that shit's great. Like I want that story, but then it doesn't happen. Like it's just, oh, we're at this house now, and oh, there's a creepy doll that clearly doesn't belong here, but whatever, we're not going to question it. And yeah, it's funny because one of the notes that this shit is like, there's other dolls in here that are scarier, but yet we go with that.
Right. Anyway, as I was saying, this is a classic in false advertising.
Yeah,
look at that artwork.
That you want to buy it.
We both did it simultaneous. Like after last month, after we did Blood and Honey. Oh, did that, and we both like fucking within seconds of each other. We're clicking and ordering and getting physical copies.
Yeah, as we're talking, like we're still recording. We're both sitting here blah, 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 typing it up and purchasing it as we're recording last month.
It looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's the beauty of photo editing.
Yeah,
like that mask is the mask from the film, but it does not look that good. Yeah, man, Chris, it fucking terrifies me, man. I like, if that ever happens to me, I'm taking the tattoo artist retirement route, and I'm just gonna go blow my fucking brains out in the garage, because I don't want to go through that ever.
Yeah, but Wendy returns to her childhood home with her daughter after she's diagnosed with dementia, while they come across a mysterious doll that Wendy seems to have strange fragmented memories of. As Wendy fights to collect the missing pieces of her past, the daughters discover a dark history of a sinister and deadly doll named Humpty Dumpty. That is not the fucking story you get.
That is not at all the story that you get.
Bastards. That's all I have to say. Bastards.
What kind of tattoos do I do? Mediocre. No, man, I do everything. I do whatever people pay me to do because I fucking love doing it.
This is Boyle. He won't fucking blow his own trumpet. This is Boyle's artwork.
Yeah.
Shit, have to go to our side.
I kind of know what I'm doing sometimes.
Right, this is the shit Cameron does. Right, and there's more fucking all around the house. Fucking guy's good.
Any specialty? Not really. I love tattooing, man. I've never, like, there's specific things that I'll draw for funsies, like what Colin was pointing out. Like I do like to mix up traditional pinups with classic horror characters. But outside of like personal drawings, like I literally do anything that people want me to do. Because it's fun. I fucking love it. It's a hell of a hustle.
think you kind of have to be. We've talked about. In fact, yeah, let's talk about that. It's more fun this fucking movie. You have to be kind of an all rounder anyway, because you just clans coming in, they just want this or want that. They've seen something in the picture, they want that.
Well, the thing is, like, I'm totally thanks, man. I totally respect people that specialize in a specific form. Like, that's cool to devote your life to one specific thing. Personally, it's just I get bored with stuff. And like I find new things that I latch onto. I'm like, yeah, that's fucking cool. I want to do everything like that for a week. It's just, I guess it's the ADD of me. I can't stay on one thing. Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, you gotta be all around if you're gonna be in a big shop. Like, most of the specialty people tend to be in like their own private studios. And again, I mean, good on them. Like, if you can make a living and make people happy doing one specific thing, that's fucking dope, and I'm proud of you. But yeah, no, I come from the generation of walk-in shops, and you literally just, somebody comes in, they say, I want that, and you go, fucking A, kid, get in my chair. So that's always been my mentality.
Yeah, that's, the other thing annoyed me, see, whenever the tribal tattoos were a thing, I think that was the worst.
Dude, that hasn't gone away.
No,
I don't do it often, but yeah, okay. So that, truth be told, that's one of those styles that I fucking love doing, because I just, as soon as it's drawn on, I just check out mentally. I can go anywhere else. It's just like, all right, and autopilot.
Yeah, you kind of got to throw yourself out. Like, it's okay, this is paying the bills, right? Something I want to do. It's...
Yeah, good times.
But this guy must have checked out making this movie.
I think so. And that's the thing. Like, there's a lot of setup of things that could be good, but I'm so confused on why nothing leads anywhere. Like, what the fuck was it? Burley or Barely? Like, what the fuck was she there for other than to die? Like, she's just like walking around all meh the whole time.
Fish lips?
Yeah.
Fucking, these lips appear at the door. Fuck.
I gotta say, like, the one thing I do appreciate about that character is the lighting they had on her was so stark that the shadows that her face made was pretty cool. Oh man, favorite tattoo? I don't know, man.
Man, I've tried to get this fucker streaming and doing videos of horror tattoos.
The problem is that's also assuming that I do horror tattoos. I don't. It's so fucking rare. Like, people will they'll see my area, and they'll see my work, and the whole time that I'm tattooing, that's 90% of the time we only discuss movies, either horror or Star Wars or both. So people be like, yeah, fuck yeah, I totally want you to do this, and then never follow through. So yeah, it doesn't happen. Unfortunately. I mean, I got my fingers crossed. I got one client that's dead set on doing like a Captain Spaulding portrait, and I'm constantly being like, fucking schedule an appointment then. Let's do this. I want to start it. Fuck.
Go ahead and get you the friggin' camera stand. So you can, well,
the thing is, I have the rig because what I use for my lighting is the same kind of shit you use for doing stuff like this. It's a ring light. It's like a 24-inch or some shit. It's a big ass ring light. So all I have to do is get the camera attachment and hook it up. Like, that's not a big deal. But again, like, when it comes to shit like that, I can't even tell you the last time I did a horror tattoo. I think it was probably pre-COVID. I did a Candyman pinup. Yeah, so that's probably the last time I've done a horror tattoo. No, that's a lie. I did a ghost face not too long ago, but I fucking hate Scream, so I didn't even think about it.
That's not horror, that's shit. Fucking Wes Craven having a...
Hell yeah, that's awesome. I desperately want a Jason and Freddy tattoo, but like Freddy versus Jason tattoo.
I'm too fickle. Like, I would get something that'd be a month, I'd want it changed. Like, I'm already thinking about ripping this all down and repainting the wall and doing something different. Like, that's how fucking bad I am. Can't just leave something permanently. I'm already poking at stuff. It's time for a change up.
That's fair, man. I mean, that's what cover-ups.
Jake Gyllenhaal's only good well, that and Jarhead.
He's done some good movies, but yeah, no, Frank the Rabbit, that's fucking horror. I'll argue that shit. That is anybody. Like, it's not traditional horror, but no, that movie again, it's something that delves with, mentally breaking, deals with time travel and shit like that. Shit, that's a scary fucking premise. I love how we can't stick with the movie.
There's fuck all to talk about in this movie.
It's so hard.
It's right. I'll go through the note. This has to be the most painful movie I have watched.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just couldn't even get angry at it. It's just like blandness. Like, there's fucking So we start off. Wendy's in the doctor's surgery, and that's when they find out this has been going on for 6 months. She's got the onset of dementia, and her mother had it. Blah blah blah. No, we start off in the scene in the fucking shop, wasn't it? Like a Freddy Krueger-esque daylight with fucking making Humpty Dumpty or repairing his clothes or something.
Something like that.
Yes,
I watched it last night, but I have such a hard time remembering anything in this movie.
I watched it yesterday, like morning early. I was like bright and breezy and awake and stuff. And yeah, sorry, we start off with the Humpty Dumpty being created. Well, he wasn't being created; he's being repaired. That weirdo fucking pointless shopkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
We find out. Yeah, it was a little bollocks. And then we go, and the main story is Wendy's got dementia, so that's why they're moving her out of her flat. She's 50, because it's her 50th birthday, and then she wigs out. In fairness, I've done that with groups of people. I've wigged out, and then everyone's left, and I'm like, oh, they all gone, right? Okay. I've done that in social situations where I'm just not fucking involved. But yeah, I'm struggling, man. Help me. I'm fucking struggling here.
There really isn't much story to this, and that's the hard part. Again,
that's it.
It was set up to be great. Like it had potential.
We've seen it before. People with amnesia, either unless they were hinting that it might have been magical or trauma based, and they were hinting at this. None of it pays off. But you get to mention, move back to the old house. Because of course these people are dropping the money, yet the look is generic as hell.
Right.
And being able to afford like a massive country home in England and a fucking flat in London you have to be a millionaire. Honestly. Load of shite. But yeah. The two daughters are generic as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they tried to do a bit of interplay of sibling rivalry and stuff, and just there's nothing there.
Well, and it was unnecessary too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, so on one hand, it was boring and not believable, but on the other hand, like from personal experience, I have had that kind of issue with one of my siblings. It wasn't while my mom was having issues. It was once she died. Like, we had problems trying to do what we were supposed to do because there's the voice of reason and then there's him. And it was just like constant butting of heads. So it's like I believed the struggle, but at the same time it's like they didn't do it right.
No, it's like another friend of ours, same problem his father went. One of the siblings decided they wanted to make it all about them.
Mm-hmm.
That just remember all that there. My sister and I do not get along. We have not gone along for years. But there's not going to be that issue because I'm not going to be involved.
Mm-hmm.
I've already made that clear. It's like, you do whatever. I'll turn up. That's it. But I'm not. You have it whatever way you want.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't involve me.
Yeah.
Keep my mum knows that. You know what I mean? Because I can't be bothered with it.
Yeah.
But this...
That's rough to be at that point in life.
Hmm?
It's rough to be at that point in life. It's just but it's also necessary for mental stability.
That's it. You don't need to get involved. If you don't need to get involved, you don't need to get involved.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't be bothered with the fight. But they try to make this some sort of weird personality clash of siblings and having different ideas, but there's nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all done in like half a second. So it was like this weird thing at the car of, oh, is it the good idea? I think it'd be better we do it this way. And then it just nothing happens because the plot just needs to chunder along.
Mm-hmm.
And I say plot very loosely.
Yeah. I mean, by definition, it is a plot. So I'll give it that.
Stuff happens in a sequence.
Yes, absolutely. That's really about it. And then the doll comes to life, kills a couple of people.
But does it?
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh, mystery.
I mean, you get the one for sure death of Beryl or whatever the fuck her name was.
Lips.
Like I did like the amount of blood used, so I'll give him a thumbs up for that. But that's about it.
What were the teeth about?
I don't fucking know. Like it's you know what it reminded me of? Reminded me of Krampus, the Jack in the Box.
Oh yeah.
Like that's what that reminded me of, but not as good.
It was like 80s painful slow as well.
Yeah.
It was like the stuff painful.
Mm-hmm.
You know the transformation of the last guy?
Everybody knows the transformation, man.
Glare. I was like, for fuck's sake, come on, get on with it already. You'd be halfway out the building by the time that.
Right.
Still a great movie. Still love the stuff. Still one of the classics. But just that scene was like, this was like done with no. They were trying. No, that was the thing. They were trying. I don't know what this arsehole was doing. Yeah, about the sisters, they're just non-entities in this whole story.
Mm-hmm.
Like they should have been the one discovering and making finds and the story come to light. Mm-hmm. And they were sort of trying to do that, but it didn't happen. It just don't know.
Yeah, they were background characters that weren't necessary.
It's like half the characters in this weren't necessary.
Mm-hmm.
There's only like about 6 or 7 characters in this whole film.
Mm-hmm.
And we could have done without half of them.
Right. I mean, yeah, Wendy herself, like she was a great actor. She was believable, and she could have carried the entire movie.
Yeah, it could have just been her in the house rattling about, losing her mind, and memories coming back.
Mm-hmm.
They did a bit of that with her husband appearing.
Yeah.
Around the scene he appears again. It's like, no, okay, right. But what was it? Stephen King's one. Gerald's Game.
Mm-hmm.
This could have been done in that sort of setting much more effectively.
Yeah.
They could have took the beats of the plot from Gerald's Game and just been Wendy rattling about and bringing memories back and then sort of twisting reality.
Mm-hmm.
Why does Humpty Dumpty have to be in a store? Like, Humpty Dumpty's not even a character, and let's be honest.
Yeah, that was one of the most disappointing aspects, is that, like, that's the whole story. And, yeah, there's nothing to it. Like, let me see. What did I say? Never mind. All these notes don't matter.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's... Yeah, like he's not even really in it. Like you see little glimpses of him, but that's about it.
Yeah, and it was weird. Why did he could have just been in the house? Why was the whole shop scene as well? Because there was no payoff to that whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of shit in here that didn't make sense. Like the fucking cop. Like,
oh god, don't
is that what cops look like on your side of the pond?
That is the worst fucking cosplay. In fact, it even makes, here's how bad that cosplay was. It even makes the London Met look competent. And the London Met are an absolute joke.
Yeah, I was so confused. I'm like, what the fuck
I was
is she
heading home
supposed
from
to be?
work on
Oh, she's
Friday.
got a badge. She's a cop. All right, cool.
I've seen better fucking shit out of Walmart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fucking Asda. I've seen better shit out of Asda for Halloween.
Mhm.
Police uniforms than what that fucking idiot was wearing.
Yeah. Spirit, they do a much better job.
Oh, God. And I know you've got the mention, but don't you ring us again or we're fucking arresting you. Like, whoa.
Yeah, it's like, it's a little rough, lady. Oh God, yeah, I completely forgot about it until I was looking at my notes.
Yeah. Like I said, I was heading home from work on Friday, and there's people out protesting about fucking latest commie cash grab here, fucking ULEZ, which is an absolute bollocks.
Mhm.
Basically just want to charge people for fucking driving in the road, but we already have road tax, but it's just an extra. I'll not go into it, it's shite, but people are out, you know, honk your horn, and 3 of the London Met were out there, and each of the 3 of them, their uniforms were different, as in they're all fucking different states of dress. They're shabby as fuck. I mean, diabolical. They're a joke of a police force. And she could have dressed up exactly the same as one of them, looking like a bag of shit and being believable, because they don't even look like they're in uniform. But this idiot, random character, gave them credence of looking like a professional outfit. Because you can't. I looked at the 3 of them, and I'm like, "These are dickhead. Like these are fucking shambles." Even the fucking clippies, fucking like shirts undone and hanging out and fucking crap, right? But then I saw her and like, okay, right. So that's the same as a professional standard. That's how much we've fallen.
That's so fucking funny.
Oh, it's fucking diabolical. Yeah, she was. Even the police officer out of Maine was fucking more believable.
Yeah.
Even when he was sitting drinking in a pub.
Yeah.
Right? And
definitely.
It was a fucking, you know, the absolute joke. Even that police officer was had more fucking credence and fucking believability. And that was a joke
absolutely.
character.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
And also, there was a better character that actually would have been more fun, I think. The killer clown in the shop that was next to Humpty. Why didn't we go with that? Do you remember?
Jesus Christ.
Do you remember the way to the shop?
Chris, you're fucking on Wednesday.
Chris, the link's in the description if you want to go and buy the music or buy the movie and watch it yourself and then go back and tell us.
No, come on, man. You don't get the joke. It would have had a great fall. Whatever. Yeah, no, I got it. That's pretty bad and funny. But yeah, it's.
Oh, right. Sorry. Not autumn. Leaf fall down. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah, it's.
Shut up.
And the cult thing, like, I don't remember how the cult thing, like, tied in. Like, again, I watched this last night. Like, I watched this 8 hours ago, and I don't remember most of it.
My problem with a lot of witchy horror movies is the rituals are shite.
Mm-hmm.
That's my general consensus. A lot of the rituals they put in. The only one they ever got was The Craft. The only one that actually, you know, gave a wee bit of sort of terror of invoking something was The Craft, the original one.
Mm-hmm.
We'll never talk about the sequel.
Oh, God. Yeah, let's not. I try to pretend that I didn't see it.
Yeah, God, I'm trying to like fucking scrub my brain at like daily fucking brain bleaching sessions. That's why I'm watching shit like this to fucking forget that movie ever happened. But generally in horror movies, when you've got rituals and stuff, they're just shite. And the fucking, I don't know, the dialogue they use. And this one didn't use dialogue. It just fucking cut the 3 people bowing before a fireplace. Yeah, it was utter crap. Just fucking. I'm sure I think this is the hardest review ever.
Yeah.
I think this has to be our hardest review.
Well, because it's like, how do you talk about something where there's literally nothing to it?
We watched nothing. We actually watched nothing happen on screen,
Dude,
and that includes the kills.
I fell asleep a couple of times, and I woke up and I didn't miss anything. Like, I would rewind it and then watch the couple of seconds that I missed, and it's like, oh, I
So
guess
there's
I
a plot
probably
point
just
that
could have
never.
stayed asleep.
Yeah, we could have. I think we could have not just looked at the cover, right, and imagine what the movie was going to be, and we could have reviewed our imagination of a thought up in our heads movie, and it'd be
Much better.
than what we actually watched.
Yeah, it was quite disappointing.
Yeah, I'll say a more focused script than three main characters. Yeah, Wendy and her two daughters, but I think even the two daughters, just Wendy and her own.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, the gardener appeared. Yeah, so have fish lips fucking just randomly appear.
I think 11% is too high.
Yeah, that's too generous.
Yeah.
Was that audience or critic score? Because see if this has got like a massively high critic score. Just
If this has a high critic score, then all those people got paid. Like, plain and simple.
you couldn't pay me to say nice things about this movie. Oh,
No.
right. Yeah, you couldn't. That's why I couldn't be a shill. I couldn't sit here and be like, "Oh, this is the greatest thing." You know, like fucking generic, movie person, fucking John Campea type. Oh, this is the best thing ever. Fucking blah blah blah. Or
Yeah.
I could never work for anywhere like QVC, talking bollocks about something I don't care about.
I would love to see that though.
So this is a fucking thing, and you can get it for $3.99, and it does this, and yeah, fucking.
I'm sold. I will take 12.
I couldn't do that fucking false enthusiasm shit.
Yeah.
And also, where was the cult? There was a whole storyline that just never went anywhere.
Yep. That was
Was it her, the gardener, and Beryl?
Fuck, maybe. Yeah, I was very confused.
Or was it the shopkeeper?
That. I mean, the shopkeeper would make sense.
But then the shopkeeper's like, "Oh, looks like you're getting a new home." Speaking on herself, but it's going back to its old home, where it shouldn't have left the home in the first place.
Yeah. There's a lot of definitely a lot of decisions made in this movie that probably weren't the best.
And I have put some shitty writing out there, but fuck me, this is bad. This is just incoherent, fucking gobbledygook.
Yeah, and it's not even funny. Like, that's the thing. It can be bad, but if it's entertaining at all, it's not that bad. This wasn't. Like, I will agree with you that it should have just been a story about Wendy, just Wendy there, yeah, like to her own devices. That would have made it an actual horror movie. This was just basically a snooze fest.
Yeah.
Oh
I think
God.
I saw something about the Curse of Humpty Dumpty 2, and I'm like, I'm not even going there.
Nope.
No, not even. No.
Even if I could watch it for free, I would not. Probably. More than likely,
you couldn't pay me. Like, you could go, here's 20 quid. I'm like, nah, I'm all right. Here's your fucking, here's so much. Like, nah, sorry. Fucking
right.
done.
Yeah.
But this makes sense, though. The bits that we picked up in Winnie the Pooh, I wonder what help he got.
Yeah.
When did this come
out? This was 2020, I thought. Let's see.
It doesn't say here.
Oh,
2021.
Oh, was it 2021?
Is that 2022?
Motherfucker, we paid for this shit and we could have watched it on Tubi for free.
Oh, fuck.
God damn it.
So it goes on. The whole idea is that she sacrificed their firstborn to this demon that is Humpty Dumpty.
Mm.
And where did they find all this bollocks from? Like, Humpty Dumpty was originally meant to be King Richard III. You know, died in battle. He ate a humpback, so that's why, you know, the idea of him looking like an egg.
Mm-hmm.
It was that kind of thing. There's a couple of theories, but that's the main one. That he's based on King Richard III. You know, Diana basically losing his throne. The whole idea of it being a cult or a demon, there's so much shit out there. There's so many fables and fairy tales. Why did he go with this when he's not even going to use the character or anything?
Right. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm looking up the trailer right now for the Humpty Dumpty 2.
Oh.
And oh, yeah, it actually happened. There is a sequel. Came out in 2022.
That's
at least it's a shorter runtime. It's hour and 20.
like 20 minutes.
That should only be like 20 minutes. Oh god.
Oh, hang on.
I just wonder if I can actually stomach sitting through that. So I can watch it for free.
I'll show. Shut up, ad.
Yeah.
That's fucking been going for a shit as well. It's fucking laxative.
Yeah.
Actually, in fairness, the laxative ad would be more fun.
Oh my god. Cocaine Bear Goldilocks mashup? Yeah, that'd be fucking fantastic. Yeah. Cocaine Bear was awesome. I dig it.
Right.
Oh god, you're gonna make everybody else watch the trailer?
Yeah,
too?
fuck it.
That's
Sure,
great.
Right. Let's do it. Rapid trailer. ATN, that's a UK news channel, by the way. Is it a different doll?
Oh, just wait.
No, it's the same.
You are going to help us to polish this place into paradise.
You girls have lost the plot. There is no killer doll running around. Something is going on.
And in return, I'm going to enlist you on a mission.
Oh,
To
fuck.
save the universe.
Yeah. Oh.
Some more shit. No, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. That actually looks better than.
I know. I kind of do want to watch it.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That actually looks more fun.
Yeah, I agree. It's yeah. And it's on Tubi, so hey, it's free.
Way, Silver Sun.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna end up watching it.
Tune in for next month as we
blow our fucking brains out.
And then we're going to end up fucking. Do you know what's going to happen? We're going to get what's his face, the director, on, and then he's actually going to be a cool dude. He's going to like the wee bastard, and then going to watch all the shit. When that happened before?
Right.
Oh god, no. Right, you behave yourself as well. We've already had fucking egg puns, so you know. Don't you think you're Johnny then?
Right.
Fucking hell. That first one was it was just nothing to it. Just nothing.
Our animals are going crazy. Can't tell if it's mine or the neighbors. Yeah, at least that looks schlocky and stupid and fun, but yeah, this one
they were trying to make it a gritty drama,
mm-hmm.
and they just failed in all counts.
Mm-hmm.
And killer doll stories, damn it doesn't. That's like done killer doll stories and they're fun.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Fucking Charles Band has made a career of it. No, my animals did not love it. They are out there crying. They're like, no, Daddy, don't make us watch it.
Not again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Like, this was so bad that I'm pretty sure, because usually I'll force my wife to suffer through these films with me.
Oh, you get divorced, mate? That'd be
that exactly. That's what I was going to say. This
that's,
one
no.
would have been a divorce. I would have been fucking moving in with somebody else today.
Yeah, that's how to end a marriage in one simple step.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, don't Janet doesn't, unless she would have to do something heinous. Janet would have to do something really, really bad to you to like deserve that. But nobody deserves this.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, we're taking one for the team here, folks, honestly.
Yeah, we're doing this so you don't have to.
Yeah, God. Yeah, that's it. The final reveal was Wendy was the actual killer. Sort of.
Kind of.
Would think.
Maybe.
But maybe not, seeing there's a sequel.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how you
X did this much better.
What's that?
X did this much better.
Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. Taken 3. Why the hell would there be a 4th one?
No, that's what's it going to be called? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a good place as any to end it.
Yeah,
it's just going to continue getting more and more bleak. Like, why did we sit through this?
Why do we do this? This is we'll sit here for half an hour, started the space, going, why did we do this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go, folks. Don't watch this movie
unless you really, really hate yourself.
Yeah,
like, I mean, I feel like even watching it for free it's still too expensive.
Yeah, it's like it's taking time off you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's an hour and a half I'm not getting back ever.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll have to go through this as well to relive it.
Yeah.
Right, there you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope we find something more fun. Oh, fuck, we're doing the sequel, aren't we? Tune in for next one.
Yeah, I really think we need to.
Yeah, I think we need to do the sequel. Yeah, okay, fuck it. That's what we're doing next month. Unless something distracts us.
Unless something good comes along. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's the summer, so. All right, folks. There you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Go up to the other channel. Do the typey clicky things. Don't watch Humpty Dumpty. And until next time, keep it creepy.
And keep it
horrific.